छोड़कर क्यों जा रहे हो तुम?
सर इस मुल्क में बचा क्या है कि हम यहाँ रहे हैं?
तुम ही बचे। इन लड़कों को जब आप ग्राउंड में खेलते देखेंगे तो इनमें आपको अपने फ्यूचर स्टार्स नजर आएंगे। सामने से वार करने की हिम्मत नहीं थी तो ये घटिया हरकतों में उतर आए तुम। मुझे तुम जैसों से खौफजदा होने की जरूरत नहीं है। आसानी से किसी को भी ये ट्रॉफी जीतने देगा। हमें मजबूत कर लीजिए सर। तूफान आ रहा है। चलो किसी को तो हॉकी का ख्याल आया।
On target this time with the pace on, and that is typical. He's utilized the yoga to perfection.
Hello and welcome and good afternoon once again from the Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo. It's the first test match and we're all set and ready for session 2 on day 1 between Zimbabwe and New Zealand. Just for those who joined us, it was a toss time earlier in the day and it was Zimbabwe who called it right and decided they'll bat first with a good strong batting lineup, but some excellent bowling from Matt Henry. They've been able to pull 4 wickets out of the way with 67 runs on the board. As I said, Matt Henry is 3 for 21, a wicket just at the stroke of lunch when the loss went. They did well to survive the first session, especially well. He was very careful. 68 deliveries, 27. Just around a couple of deliveries to lunch. He edged one to Bracewell in the slips. And New Zealand won that session with 4 wickets down for 67. Alex Waugh from England and Asif Yaqub from Pakistan taking the field. And to my left, Ed Raceford. Ed, a good toss to win and a good positive call to bat first. Yes, maybe 4 wickets down, but they're still, I'd give it to them for going out there and say we're ready to face the music.
Yeah, I think that was positive. But this is a wicket just before launch. Nick Welsh struggled long and hard for his 27 of 68, but it's all Matt Henry. He's been superb. He picks up his 3rd wicket. Yeah, positive to bat first, but I do not think Zimbabwe would have envisioned or wanted at 7 for 4. Tough going that first set. New Zealand will be absolutely pleased. Their seamers were fantastic. And then we saw turn. We saw bounce from the skipper as well. Brent Santner finding a little bit of turn, a little bit of spin out of the surface in the first session. So all the work and the responsibility again falls upon Raza and Irvin.
Yeah, when you just look at session 1, you just maybe get a feel that they were looking to be in the survival mode, to lose wickets, somehow see that newish ball away and now move along, but wasn't to be. Sikandar Raza, he hasn't faced a delivery yet because as soon as Welsh was dismissed, it was Sikandar Raza who didn't actually come out. So it'll be the first delivery that he'll face, and he's the addition into the squad. He wasn't available when they side played South Africa, which is why I said that with the inclusion of Sikandar Raza into the side, and then Ben Karan also coming back, they look like a good batting lineup. Wasn't able to replicate that in terms of runs today, but still a long way to go in the Test match. And Matt Henry will now complete his over. Off the mark with a couple. So yeah, 67 in that first session. Again, point that they decided not focus on going at 100 runs per session. We like to first see that new ball off and not lose too many, but hasn't been the case. Still with the captain around and Raza there, they can look to get partnership going and try to win this session.
Yeah, it's going to be hard work. New Zealand are going to let it. They're going to continue to be consistent in their plans, and they've got so many options available to them. O'Rourke may be just behind the 8 ball in terms of maybe expectation with that new ball in hand. Smith has been superb. Henry's been superb. Santner has been superb. They're going to have to work through this session. Oh, dear, is there an edge on that? Is there bat? Yes, there is. 2 wickets in the over, separated by 40 minutes of lunch. Raza has to go.
Well. I was just looking at when was the last time he played a Test match at home. It was back in 2025, but before he could get to that, he's walking off. And that's the one from Henry. Yeah, that sharp rise just leaves you in a very awkward position, trying to take evasive action and stay away. Ball will just take some part of that glove. Yeah, short stay. Out for 2. 5 down for 69.
Center. Thank you. 1 ball to come.
Batter in at 7. Tafaz Singh. After dismissal of Sikandar Raza, and here comes Henry. He's got 2 in the over already. 27 overs have been bowled and 69 for 5.
So much happier.
That's the story so far. See the number of deliveries faced by Well. He really worked hard to be in that survival mode. Only to edge one just before lunch. Here we go now.
Fazwa Tiga, wicketkeeper batter. Best of 24, 7 matches he's played, but in Zimbabwe's perspective, they're in dire straits. Really is And he said it was a good time to walk away from Test cricket while the Tri-Series was happening. And the Test players obviously had their preparations around that, and it's a fresh start and an important Test match this. To get back to winning ways, I must remind you that they play sides Australia this year.
I get what you're saying, and you ask a question, have you got rid of the demons? And I feel that if you look at this 11 on paper, you'd say, yeah, the talent, the ingredients and everything. It's just a mindset when you walk in and you feel that you are going in against a very strong side, stronger than you maybe. That doesn't mean that you can't compete. You can. But every individual not trying to lose their wicket takes the whole initiative away of trying to build something.
This just goes over the top of the stumps. Thick inside edge onto pad or thigh pad, and Nelly goes onto the stumps. Oh my. We'll come back. It's also a conversation I had with Darlington Matambanadze about the approach that perhaps you need to have individually.
With this girl for a few years now, and I'm not gonna.
That's why I bank with Monzo. Their personalized pots help me save for the things I want.
Not long now. With Monzo. Download your new favorite bank.
.69 for 5, and the highlight of that is the man right on top of that list, 4 for 23, and he's in operation.
Matt Henry, his 12 months have been superb, and they continue here in Queens. Smart catch, smart change of angle, just before lunch and just after lunch. Picked up 4. Excellent 12 months is Matt Henry. I mentioned earlier in the day about the best bowling average in the last 12 months. Jasprit Bumrah at just over 14, and the next best is Matt Henry at 18 and a bit. Before this game, 48 wickets plus these 4 wickets. It's now 52 wickets. Just getting better and better with the ball.
Well, that almost was number 6. It just comes to the point where you see the way Seager has actually attempted to play that ball. You coming back to our discussion, what we were talking about earlier, the mindsets. Yes, they played so much international cricket, most of them in this 11. It's just that the fear of losing your wicket, you eliminate that fact, and then you're able to focus on other things which you possess. But every time you fear of losing your wicket, sooner or later you will. And then you automatically tend to turn your back on the positives and the strengths that you have as an individual.
Let's delve a little bit deeper into that. When you talk about what is the cricketer's mindset, we can talk about it generically because a lot of people have different ways of how they think and break down the game and throw a bowler.
We're talking about it earlier with Nuwodo mentioning broken concussion and then out of the game and then coming back, and sometimes it plays in the back of your mind. I've been hit once. the mindset would be, I'm going to take you on because I know you're going to try and exploit that. You'll bowl short balls at me. Take the bull by the horns. That's one mindset. The second mindset is the bowler who's bowling at me, his name is Matt Henry, and I can't score against him. That's another mindset. 69 for 5. Just continuing with our discussion of mindsets, and many a times coaches tell you, just a quick look at the follow wickets, been very consistent in that first session, one after. They don't look at who's bowling at you, just to say as an example. Play to the merit of the ball. Maybe easier said than done, but that again is a mindset. Don't get achievements who's the opposition.
Yeah. Like I said, it'll go a little bit deeper into it. I think the direct definition of mindset is the attitude that influences a certain situation, or various attitudes that influence a certain situation to a specific task at hand. So we're talking about perhaps for Zimbabwe their batting, and I'm hearing what you're saying, take out all the stature or what you possess as the opposition, and we're going to play our natural game, because we believe that the environment, which is Queen Sports Club, which is in Bulawayo, or Harare Sports Club, which is in Harare, that is an environment that we know very well, and this is how we're going to approach it, because we're at a level of comfort, because we're at home. You're not in foreign territory. Then I think to myself, if that is your home and you feel more comfortable there, surely you do better there. However, Zimbabwe won their last test match, or the only test match they won this year, against Bangladesh in Sylhet on foreign ground. So whatever the influence of their attitude in that environment in Sylhet is, perhaps because that's the win, right? That needs to be something that needs to be consistently held in their performances. But we've seen an erratic performance in how they've decided to go about the few other test matches. And
word attitude. So there was a press conference in another sport, and someone asked, the surely attitude, your skill set has brought you here in the national side. From here on is the way you take that game at the highest level, the attitude.
We should have centuries ago.
It's okay. I'm with the AA.
And what you just mentioned about the win against Bangladesh, those are the occasions which should not just be taken as a win, but also as something that we carry forward into the next game or into the next belief. Again, and then so on consistently.
yeah, that is the key. How consistent you can be. There can't be an enormous drop-off. If there is, it's once in a while, not as a consistent drop-off all the time. So I had this conversation with Dante Masamanadzo in a previous commentary stint where I said, I think sometimes it's all about balls and asking them to do what they do best on the day. And some may lead that, I will play shots, I will put pressure. pressure on the bowler because we need to keep the scoreboard ticking along. Now, Zimbabwe have consumed 30 overs. There'll be some runs at just over 2 runs and over. Opportunities, and I actually remember at one instance for at least 5, either from the city end or the airport end, did not change because Mitch Santner was not under any pressure to stop the scoring or the rotation of strike because he felt no pressure and neither did his bowlers. So the attitude we took about that in that specific of wanting to score, the attitude of wanting to score, in that rather than thinking about the survival and how well the bowler is bowling. Because you'll get deliveries like this now and again. Come natural variation and find the outside edge because you may have to play at one. And that's how the game of test starting to move forward. Teams that are sort of battling bat and ball 100% are the ones that are moving the game forward and making it a little more entertaining. You look at the test series now between India and England. You look at the spicy surfaces in the West Indies where Australia played the West Indies, where bat and ball were at each other all the time. And the batters didn't want to let away. I feel that Zimbabwe stagnates their innings a lot. And it leads to them perhaps getting a good delivery and being pegged back quite early.